Hi class, I know you're very excited to see me again. So that was part one. The first video was part one of your final sales presentation speech. Here's part two. So the first part concentrated on how to do the written outline in the paper. This part's going to tell you a little bit about your delivery, which is also on your assignment here. It's under Roman numeral 2, oral delivery of the speech on the first page. So the first, number one, do not read your speech. Use note cards that have just an outline of what you're going to say. You want to practice the speech, practice and practice and practice, and you guys get to record it. If you screw up, you can stop, delete, and give it another try. That's what I've done about 3 times. It's like I start off and I'm like, oh, I hate this. So delete, try again. So you'll have an opportunity, you have opportunities to do that, so do it. But you do not want to read your speech. You want this to be what we call extemporaneous delivery. It's a big word, extemporaneous delivery. Now, our speech teachers or other people, we typically just say extemp. So, and that is delivery from an outline. So you can have the outline on your note cards or whatever you're using. I'm using another laptop, which I would not advise because you notice I have to look down and blah, blah, blah. No, but you're making a very nice formal presentation or professional presentation. So you can have it on note cards or your phone, but you want to talk right here into the camera. And then you know it well enough, so you tell us, and then, okay, I need to look down and check myself. Ah, yes. And then that you have your little outline notes here, and it jogs your memory, and you can talk to us. See how I'm not reading? What you want to avoid is something like this. Hello, my name is so-and-so, and I'm going to give my final sales presentation now. How many of you have ever gone to the grocery store to prepare for a party the next day and you buy one of the grocery store bouquets, and then the next day when you go to put it on the table for everybody coming to the party so that it looks nice, the bouquet is already wilted? Well, I'm here to tell you about our great new product, Wilt No More. Our product. Then I'm going to tell you about, first I'm going to tell you, oops, I'm sorry, wait, oh yeah, first I'm going to tell you about our great new organization, why you should invest in this product, and then next I'm going to tell you about the product, and then I'm going to tell you about my great new marketing campaign. So, are you kidding me? You're not going to sell anyone. People are going to be like, ah, they're going to want that mute button for humans that I mentioned. No, you want to talk to us. And that attention getter should be straight out to us, right? How many of you have been really excited? You're having a party for your friends and you want everything to look really nice. So what's that little crowning touch? That beautiful bouquet of flowers. Hey, I like the grocery store bouquets. So you buy one of the nice grocery store bouquets. You're all ready ahead of time the day before. Then the next day you have everything set up. You're ready to put that bouquet on the table where all the food is. And lo and behold, all the flowers are already dead. That is a pain. It is a waste of money. And now that's just one more thing for you to be nervous about. Now you need a centerpiece. So I am here to tell you that our great new product is going to solve that problem. Wilt No More. Fresh flowers that never wilt. So, and I'm really excited. I know I'm here to convince you that our product is the way to go. So, first, I'm going to tell you about my great new organization. Next, I'm going to tell you about the product itself. And finally, our marketing campaign and how we're going to reach customers and make this happen. Anyway, class, do you get the idea, right? You don't want to sit there and read your speech. You want to talk to us, but you can still have the outline. You also don't want to have it memorized, where it sounds memorized. Hi, I'm here to talk to you about our great new product. And the la 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 la, and then and as you roll along, it sounds memorized. So no, you want to be like you're talking to us. You can improvise a little. So, but you know it well enough. So talk to us and use effective delivery techniques and sell, sell, sell. You've got to have some energy, some enthusiasm in your voice. You don't want to talk in a monotone all the way through like this, right? Because after about 10 minutes of this, the audience either wants to kill you or kill themselves. It just goes on in a complete monotone. No, you vary your voice, right? And most of you did this very well. You did this in your speech of introduction, and you guys, for the most part, did great. So you want to vary your pitch. You want to vary your voice. You want to talk to us. You want to be excited. You want to be persuasive. You don't have to be a cheerleader, but you want some energy. And again, you can, I don't know why I keep saying again. Watch out though for your vocal mannerisms. Remember, vocalized pauses, vocal fillers. What are mine? Again, class. What was the other one? Okay. What was another one I did in the last one? I was watching myself going, oh, do as I say, not as I do. But seriously, and you can rewind, you can re-record. If you notice you're doing a lot of ums and things you don't like, rewind, re-record, edit. But so that's the one I say all the time is so. I've got to work on that. Anyway, talk to us, vary your pitch. You can dress up in professional attire, or you can wear something that resembles a company uniform. I mentioned this already, but this is part of your delivery presentation. Polo shirt, khakis, that kind of thing. Practice, practice, practice delivering your presentation so that it flows and you feel like you know it. So practice it, practice it, practice it. Then you can record it. You don't like that recording, re-record it. Have some fun with this, but do not sit there and look down and read your speech. No, you're not going to sell anyone anything. Then once you feel good about it, that of course is where you're going to record it. You follow the instructions for how to upload it, create your YouTube account. You upload it to YouTube, unlisted. Then you'll send me the link or embed it in Blackboard, or if you have your own way and you know it works, you can send it to me that way. Again, have some fun. And if you can incorporate a presentation aid, such as a prop or demonstration into the speech or PowerPoint, then do it. I know probably a lot of you there are way more technologically savvy than I am. But that's 5 extra points if you include a presentation aid. Some examples of ones I've had in the past where this was a live a face-to-face classroom rather. See, there I am. Face-to-face classroom. One was, it was so funny. It was so cute. It was a product that if you had shrunk one of your t-shirts or your favorite articles of clothing when you washed and dried it, it was some sort of product that would restore it, that would make it, that would bring it back. And so it was so cute. They had this whole thing where they went through and she pulled the shirt out of the t-shirt out of the dryer, and it was all little, and then they pretended to pour their product in and this and that, and then they take it out, and of course it's back to the regular size. It was cute. So you can do demos like that if you wish, PowerPoint, some sort of prop. It's up to you. So this is my short little part 2, part of your final sales presentation on the oral delivery. Practice that delivery, your pitch, the pause, your gestures, okay? And you don't have to worry about this so much because here we are, right? So we can see your hands and you put them back down. Illustrators, it was this long, it was this high. You can use illustrators, that kind of thing. You want to try not to use adapters. I get distracted in this venue. I'm not going to lie to you. It's like, I start playing with my hair, and I apologize. If you catch yourself doing that, boom, you can stop and you can re-record. So that's always an option. So this is sort of kind of in a nutshell what to do for the delivery. Vary your voice, vary your pitch, enthusiasm, your facial expressions, all that fun stuff. Now, on the same video, I'm going to just give you a few things. I already did that whole PowerPoint on how to answer the 10 interview questions. So you need to go over that. You need to watch that. You need to read the chapters. I give you all the tips. Let's talk a little bit about that oral part. Remember, for the oral part of your interview assignment, you're only going to have 2 interview questions. So the first one is why should we hire you? Okay, the first one's why should we hire you? So you want to, record yourself as if you're answering that question. You should hire me for three main reasons. The first is my experience, my knowledge of this community, and my skill set. First, let me tell you about my experience. I la da 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 da. So you really want to practice that one. Why should we hire you? That question, I would think, should at least be a minute or two long. Maybe up to 3 minutes. That one you really want to, you don't want to shortchange yourself. You don't want the generic, oh, you should hire me because I have a lot of experience, I'm hardworking, and I'm a leader. No, that's what everybody's going to say. You need to have very specific things. They're trying to find out your experience, your educational background, any special skill sets, leadership traits, any of that, and give examples of how you have experienced that in the past. Like I said, I already talked about a lot about this in the interview PowerPoint. Remember too, a little bit more rapid delivery. You want to try not to say And then the second question that you're going to address is if who is your favorite superhero or superheroine and why? You can have fun with this. Think of their superpowers. And then, of course, whoever it is, you want to say why and can you link that superhero or superheroine's superpowers back to the job, right? Back to leadership traits or your personality traits or whatever it is. And just throw that in to have a little fun with it. So it's not going to be very long. That video tops is probably going to be 4 minutes. I can't even imagine that it might not even be that much. But you don't want to shortchange that why should we hire you question. And then you're going to follow the same process. You're going to upload that to YouTube. First you're going to create your YouTube account. You're going to upload it to YouTube and then either send me the link to it or embed it in Blackboard. Once again, watch that video that my colleague does, how to embed a video into Canvas or Blackboard. And of course, we use Blackboard. If you have another way to do it and you're sure it's going to work, you can try that. But I'm telling you, a lot of times it doesn't work. So leave yourself a lot of time. And there was a couple other things I wanted to tell you about interviewing, especially now. And some of you mentioned this, I believe, in one of your questions. So now a lot of times, typically they fly you in, the company will fly you in and you will have a face-to-face live interview, but sometimes you won't. Sometimes it is like this. This isn't live, but it would be a live Zoom interview. Let me tell you a few things to warn you about. First of all, you want to make sure you're looking into the camera. You still want to look professional. All right. You still want to present yourself professionally, and you want to be mindful of the time limit on those questions. I had this experience where we all went through it. I was on a hiring committee for EPCC, and one of our candidates could not fly in, right? We had to do it remotely. Oh my Lord. And so our dean told him, there's 10 questions or whatever it was, and 30 minutes. And so you're thinking 10 questions, 30 minutes, that it's about 3 minutes per question. This dude went on and on and on and on and on and on. And he didn't even, I think he got through 5 questions and it was 30 minutes. I'm not kidding you. And he wasn't dressed professionally, and he kind of rambled, and needless to say, he did not get the job. But here's an interesting communication thing for you. We think that situation, that he would not have done that in a face-to-face situation. Why? Because we could see him like you can just see me, but when he looked out at us, all he could see was kind of this panel of people. The angle was kind of weird, and maybe you saw mainly this person and that person, but you couldn't see the rest of the panel. So it was difficult to to let him see us specifically. And because we weren't in the same time and space, he couldn't really see our nonverbals. Think about it. When someone goes on and on and on, and you're like, okay, you've spent too long on this question, we would probably be, we would kind of look down, we would have given him some nonverbal indications that he needs to bring it to a close. But because we weren't in that face-to-face situation, he couldn't pick up on those nonverbal cues, and he just went on. I mean, he should have also had the presence of mind, but that's one of the things that can happen. So be mindful of the time. Be mindful that you might not get those, you might not be able to read those nonverbal cues in a remote interview situation. That could happen. So that was something interesting that directly related to what we've been talking about in this course that actually happened and cost him the job. So yeah, that was another thing I wanted to tell you. And we tried to use verbal cues. We try to say, okay, well, next. But once someone gets going, it's kind of hard to cut them off. And even the dean reminded him, he said, well, we've gotten through 3 questions and it's 20 minutes in. We tried, but I think those nonverbal cues would have really helped him. So that was what I was going to tell you there. And I can't think of anything else. I hope that helps, class. Read the materials, watch the samples, and I look forward to seeing your interviews. And don't stress. Remember, well, it's easy for me to say. Of course, you're going to stress a little to get the stuff done, but don't paralyze yourself. That's probably a better thing to tell you is don't get paralyzed. It's finals. It's the last month, right? And we can, like I put in my announcement, we can see the finish line. It's shimmering in the distance. But this goes for instructors too, I might add. But right before we cross that finish line, there's like 10 hurdles that you have to jump. Boom, 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 all in a row. And you're all so tired because we've been running all semester long. Listen, just take it one hurdle, one assignment at a time. And yeah, you want to do the best you can, but this is no time to stop before each hurdle and do like mathematical equations in your head about how you're going to perfectly jump over that hurdle. Hell no. Do the best you can, jump the damn hurdle. If your foot catches one of them and it falls over, don't spend your time looking back going, oh, I'm a total failure, I'm going to fail that class. No, you don't know what's going to happen. Turn your attention to the next hurdle, jump that one. Do your best to finish the race. Don't walk off the field. Don't give up. Do your best to jump those hurdles and finish the race. All right, class, take it easy, and I look forward to your interviews and your final speech assignments, and email me with your questions.